Good morning, Hong Kong, and welcome back to another episode of Hong Kong Insurance 101. This week, we're going to be looking at a concept that is fundamental on how claims are handled under insurance. Proximate cause. Now, when purchasing insurance, one of the biggest concerns facing a policyholder is ensuring that their claims will be paid under the plan. After all, insurance is an equitable exchange of risk from one party to another for a predetermined fee. The policyholder wants to ensure that their risks are being covered by the insurance company when taking out any policy of insurance. However, when it comes to paying a claim, the insurance company needs to determine what caused the loss and that the loss is covered under the policy. The dominant or effective cause of any loss is called the proximate cause. For insurance to work properly, an examination of a loss is required in all claim situations, and a dominant or leading cause of the claim must be determined. The proximate cause of the loss must be singled out in order for the exchange of risk happening under the insurance to be equitable. In trying to determine the proximate cause of a loss, an analysis must be taken as to how the different causes involved in the loss interacted with each other. Remember, when facing a loss, there could actually be multiple causes of the loss. Proximate cause is about determining the effective or dominant cause. Now, the outcome of that analysis depends on identifying the risks involved as causes of the loss and the natures of those risks under the insurance. The first type of risk is an insured risk, specifically stated by the policy as being covered under the insurance. The second type of risk is an excluded risk, one which would have otherwise been covered under the policy but is removed via exclusion. And the third type of risk is an uninsured risk. This is one that is neither excluded nor insured, but is simply outside the scope of the policy. The application of proximate cause is often extremely complex and can be controversial in some cases, but there are some general principles which apply to proximate cause and consequently to how insurance will handle your claims. Firstly, for a loss to be covered, it must always include an insured risk. If there is no insured risk, then the loss is not recoverable. If there is a single cause of the risk and that risk is insured, then the loss is covered. If that risk is uninsured or excluded, then the loss is not recoverable. In situations with more than a single risk or peril involved, determining the cause of a loss is significantly more challenging. There are a host of considerations which must be taken, including things like whether the risks occurred as a chain of events or concurrently at the same time. It is always important to remember that proximate cause is complicated. There is an enormous legal history of interesting and surprising verdicts in relation to the application of proximate cause and insurance in Hong Kong. Becoming an expert in this theory of insurance takes a career and an in-depth understanding of both insurance and Hong Kong law. Ultimately, the application of proximate cause will be influenced by your policy documents and the methods which the insurance company uses to investigate your claim. As such, it is critical that you are aware of any terms or conditions on your policy which will influence any loss scenario you encounter. That's us for this week. As always, we hope you have a happy and healthy weekend. Please remember to like and subscribe to stay current with all our content as it comes out. And don't forget to ask CCW. We're simplifying your insurance.